Hello, I'm Ava Almrez, and welcome to Growth and Transformations, the podcast mini-series where we explore the pivotal moments in life that make Queen students who they are. We will be talking to students from different grades, backgrounds, and even continents to gain some insight into what has made them grow. My first guest is a freshman from Huntsville, Alabama. She's majoring in music therapy and is a vice president of finance for Kappa Delta sorority. She's a vegetarian, plays the saxophone, and collects socks. Welcome to the podcast, Camryn Edwards. Camryn, it's so great to have you here, and I thank you for making time for this interview. So Camryn, as a senior, I've definitely seen Queens change me throughout the years. Even though you've only been here 1 year, have you seen any changes in yourself that you think were possibly caused by Queens?
Yeah, I think for sure, like, independence and confidence and just growing in that. I mean, it's totally different. I've grown up in a military family, so I've moved around a lot, but it's definitely different having to go and make new friends and start a new life totally on your own, 9 hours from home and things like that. So I think just growing in, like, who I am and knowing who I am and being willing to branch out and try new things like that.
So how has your first year at Queens been? Was it, like, better than expected, different than you kind of thought coming in?
It's definitely been better than I expected, but also different at the same time. Like, I don't think I understood just how different from, like, high school life, college life is, and just living on campus and being around your friends all the time. That's definitely a plus, but at the same time, you definitely have to work on your time management and know what to do there.
So I know you've been doing something this year called the Year of Fear, and can you just kind of tell me, like, what is that and where did the idea kind of come from?
So it came from, I read a book called My Year with Eleanor, and it's by Noelle Hancock, and in it, she talks about Eleanor Roosevelt's quote, "Do one thing each day that scares you," and about how she implemented that into her life for a year, did one thing every day leading up to her 30th birthday, and I decided to do it for a calendar year just because that's easier for me. But yeah, I've just been doing one scary thing a day all year. You can follow it, shameless self-plug, at the Year of Fear on Instagram. Go ahead and hit that up, folks.
Yeah, go for it.
And yeah, so I've been doing, some small things, just like raising my hand in class and answering a question or talking to someone new, and some bigger things, like I sang at an open mic night and recently conquered my biggest fear of waterfowl by feeding some ducks on day 100.
Yeah, and I think, like, those things, like you said, like raising your hand in class is something that, like, everybody can relate to.
Like, you don't realize you're afraid of it, but I'm such a wimp when it comes to, like, speaking up in class when I'm not fully confident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like, I know for me, like, one thing I would never do, like, and I still haven't done as a senior, is, like, eat in the dining hall by myself.
That's on my list. I'm so terrified of that. And it's not, I don't know what I'm afraid of except for just people thinking that, like, no one likes me, and that's so not true. Like, when I see somebody eating alone, I think nothing of it.
So do you think that whole process has, like, caused you to grow as a person?
Definitely, just like in confidence, and just that's something I've always struggled with, is just being confident in myself. And so to put myself out there more, which has been most of the thing, is just like fear of man and conquering that fear. So to do that, just become a lot more trusting in myself and know who I am and what I'm capable of.
So you mentioned your biggest one for day 100 was feeding the waterfowl. So how was that whole experience?
It was terrifying. Like, I hated it. I thought maybe I would come out being a duck lover, but nope, they still scare me. And I have a logical reason. Like, I know everyone laughs when I tell them, but like, me as a person, I can get around on the earth a-okay and kind of in the water. But these ducks and geese and swans, like, earth, they've got that down. Water, check. And then they can also fly, so they've got the sky too. So, like, I mean, I just feel like if it came down to me or them, they would win. So yeah, I fed some ducks. I screamed a lot. I ran away. My friends had to force me to do it. If you go to the Instagram, like I said, there's a video. Check it out. It's
check it out,
embarrassing.
Guys. So do you think, like, even your minor fears that you've conquered have, like, caused you to grow and, like, made you more apt to take on these, like, bigger ones?
I think definitely, because, like, I feel like confidence and, like, courage is like a muscle. So the more you do it, the more you improve at it and get better at it, and you just do it naturally. And so, like, there was one day where my teacher at the very beginning of the semester, she, like, called me by the wrong name, and I'm the kind of person who would have just let that slide and just gone by that name for the rest of the semester. Me too. But I was like, oh, it's actually Camryn, and I was super scared that she would, like, be mad at me for saying that, I guess, or she would be embarrassed, but we were fine. And now it's just like, if that were to happen again, I know I would do it. I think I have. Or even just, like, answering the questions. Like, now I have my hand up in class all the time. I'm sure I'm obnoxious, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I think that's, like, it's, like, very admirable. Like, when I heard that you were doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I wish I could do that. I'm, like, one of those people that I, like, never take risks. Like, I always play it so safe. and I want to try out the year of fear. Maybe not
do it. Yeah.
The whole year, but like maybe like a thing.
Maybe just like
there.
on Tuesdays.
Yeah, like a thing. Yeah, like a thing here or there. So
You should, yeah.
Yeah. So you're a freshman, and can you believe that you're basically done with your first year of college?
No, I am definitely not 25% of the way ready to being an adult. Are you kidding me? I made a list of all the things I need to be able to do before I graduate, and so far I just have like groceries and laundry down, and like doctor's appointments, I can handle those. I gotta buy some business clothes.
Yeah, like even as I'm like getting ready to graduate, I sometimes feel like what do you mean? Like I just started. Like I should not be able to graduate almost. But when looking back, I'm like, there has been like so much that's like gone on. Like it's been like crazy. But yeah, I can definitely relate. Like I didn't make an actual list, but maybe I should have.
I'll send you mine. You can just check them off. Make sure you're good to go.
Yeah, I'll just throw them in I got 2 weeks left. I got them all. So what do you hope to accomplish in the next 3 years here?
Gosh.
I know that's a very big question.
Yeah. So I guess like as far as tangible things go, I would like to become a way better musician and also secure like a good internship and a good job before I leave. But as far as just more like emotional things, I want to just leave a more empathetic person with a better like worldview. And I just feel like in my time at Queens, being able to interact with people from so many different walks of life will really help me be able to grow in that area.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, even on this podcast, like I've had people from like all over and like all different walks of life and stuff. So I feel like just getting to like hear more about just like these few select people has like really like changed me a little bit, which is like crazy to think about. So thank you, Camryn, again. It's been so great talking to you today and learning all about the Year of Fear. Guys, don't forget to go follow it at the Year of Fear on Instagram.
I want that follower count to go up, y'all.
So this has been Growth and Transformations. I'm Ava Alvarez with Project Airwaves. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.